Hey, what's up everyone and welcome. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you this really amazing prediction effect that I definitely suggest you guys go ahead and learn. But before we get into it, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an upload. And with that said, let's get straight away into the performance. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to have my spectator just call out stop whenever they like to have a card selected here. So in this case, they call out stop right there. This is the card that they stopped on. I'm going to turn around and have them memorize it here. That is their selection, and I'm just going to deal a few cards here on the table to further lose their selection in the deck. Right there is pretty good. So we'll place their card right there, and all these cards will go on top, and that should be pretty good in losing my spectator's card. From here, I'm going to ask my spectator to cut off a small portion of cards from the top. In this case, let's say they cut off about that many cards. That is pretty good. We'll place those aside from there, and I'm just going to deal a few cards on the table, as many as I like. Let's say around there's pretty good. I think I'll do a few more here. That looks about good. These cards will place aside because we do not need them. So this is the amount of cards my spectator cut off. We're going to count how many they cut off. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards. So we're going to use the number 11 as our magic number in finding my spectator selection. So we do have this packet. How about we count off 11 cards? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 11th card right here is the King of Spades, my spectator selection. Now that is pretty cool, right? We found the card, but probably the best part is off camera I had this prediction from a different deck, and I predicted beforehand that you would select the King of Spades. So that is the performance. If you guys do want to learn how this trick is done, continue watching because the tutorial is coming right up. Okay everyone, so there you have it. That is the performance. Now let's teach you how to do it. So it's actually very easy to do. You're only going to be needing a deck of cards, and beforehand you're going to want to figure out what card you're going to force on the spectator. So I have decided I want to force the King of Spades on my spectator. So you obviously have that card from the deck of cards you're going to be using, and then go to a completely different deck and then pick out that card that you're going to force, in this case the King of Spades, as my prediction. So that is your setup. It is actually very easy. Just place the King of Spades that matches the rest of the deck right on top, the top card, and then the prediction card from a different deck, you place it aside from where you're performing because you're going to need that later. Just make sure your spectator does not see the face of the card until the end. So you place it aside, and then now that you're ready to perform, obviously you have the card you're going to force on top of the deck. You could really just use whatever force you want to use, but the force that I use is the slip force, where I just kind of riffle and then I slide this card out with my 3 fingers and I just deal it out, therefore forcing the top card on my spectator. You can use whatever force you like, but that's just the one I'm going to teach. So you can start off by giving the cards a few shuffles if you like, retaining that card with your 3 fingers here, sliding it, and it looks like a full-on shuffle from the front. Once that card is still retained at the top, you're going to force the card on the spectator. So the grip is pretty easy. You just hold it like this, mechanics grip, and you're going to riffle with your thumb with this hand on top. So you would say, tell your spectator, call out stop whenever you like. Let's say right there is pretty good. Hold your thumb there, and then this packet, this hand is gonna grab this packet, and the 3 fingers here are gonna slide the top card off like that with this packet coming out, okay? So they call out stop, 3 fingers grip that card from the top, slide it off, and then you're able to deal it as the card that they stopped on, but obviously you know that it is a 4. So here it is once again. You riffle to the side. Let's see right there. This hand comes over, grabs that packet, 3 fingers here, slide that card out, deal it out as the card you're going to force, and then you obviously say, let's see what card you stopped on, and you show it to them without you looking at the card in this case. But obviously we know that it is the King of Spades. Once you have forced the card on the spectator, they have memorized it, what you're going to do is you're going to just deal off 20 cards from the top of the deck. The way that I do this is I count by 4. So I deal 4 cards, so that's 4, 8, 12, 16, and then 20. And it just looks like you're dealing cards. Obviously you want to do that in one full motion without it looking like you're counting cards, obviously. So you have 4 in your head, 8, 12, 16, 20. And then once you have 20 cards on the table, make sure it is 20 cards or else the trick won't work. You're going to just place the card, the spectator selection, right there in the 21st position. Grab those 20 cards and place those on top. Obviously when you're counting cards, do it in your head, you could just mention beforehand you're going to deal a few cards to just lose the card in the center of the deck, and you should be good from there. So now that you have the spectator selection in the 21st position, you're going to have your spectator cut off as many cards from the top of the deck. Just make sure it's a very small portion of cards. Let's say from here, I think less than 20 cards. You want to make sure it's less than 20 or else this trick will not work. So they cut off a very small portion, let's say around there. You place that packet aside, they can hold on to it if you like. And what you're going to do with this deck is you're now going to deal 20 cards on the table. Once again, you could just count in your head one by one if you want, or if you want to do it by fours again. But I like to do it one by one just so they don't really think nothing similar of it. So I just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Obviously, like I did say, that happens in your head. This packet you do not need, so you place it aside. And basically, you're going to tell your spectator, you're going to count the amount of cards they cut off. If you did have them hold on to it, just have them go ahead and count them. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. You could place those aside, just memorize the number, and you could say, you know, we're going to use the number 7 as our magic number in finding your spectator selection. So like I did say, we have the number 7. So now you're going to go ahead and take the packet and deal 7 cards. You can hand it to them because at this point it's extremely fair. So you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 7th card here. And then you're able to take it out and have your spectator take a look at it, and it should be the spectator selection, in this case the king of spades, every single time. And they're pretty amazed, you know, you have found their selection without you looking at it, but then you introduce the prediction card that you have beforehand, and you could say, I knew that you would choose the king of spades because this is a prediction from a different deck, and I knew you would choose the king of spades right there. Okay everyone, so I think that will do it for today's video on this amazing prediction effect. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Definitely try it out and tell me in the comments how it goes. I reply to every single comment. Also, if you have not yet already, subscribe, like the video, and ring the bell if you guys did enjoy it. And with that said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.